Regarding your experience and your global vision based on your ideas of project management, what are the main deficiencies in the communication processes on project leaders?
Repeat. Repeat the question.
The main deficiencies in communication processes on project leaders.
What are the main deficiencies in the communication process of projects?
Yep.
There's two ways of looking at that immediately. Okay. One is that in a project, there's a beginning and an end. There's a very clear time frame. And the project has to finish within that time frame. Otherwise, it goes out of budget. Now, which means you have to be effective in a short period of time. In a normal company, you have more time. The company continues and goes on and keeps going. In a project, your communications have to be very clear and effective because you have less time. You have a deadline.
Is there is there some stages that you can point on projects?
Yes, there's 5 principal stages in a project. There's the formulation of a project, which is like the vision. And there it's you're getting everything going, you're formulating. The project is in the place where you're enrolling people in the project, getting supporters, getting sponsors, hiring staff, planning the project. And that requires one way of being to inspire people, to get people enrolled in the vision. Now, and the moment that finishes, there's the phase of concentration. That's when you're now hiring everybody. And it's time to do this and to do this. Very specific actions. And that requires a different way of being in the project manager. In the vision, the project manager has to inspire. In concentration, the project manager has to be very clear. Do this, we need this, finish this. Now, and that's 2 different kinds of communication and 2 different ways of being. As the project goes into its third phase or development, it's letting people be more creative, let people take more initiative, let people manage themselves. In concentration, you supervise and supervise and supervise because there's so much to do at the beginning of an event. As you get into the third phase, where there's some movement in the project, there you had the opportunity to see what people are like, who works, who is committed to the project, and who is just there because for some other reason. So in the third phase, that's when you begin to select other people who can empower and manage and supervise. In the fourth phase, you get to the point of stability. The project is finally looking like it's going to have a successful finish, but you haven't finished yet. You haven't reached the deadline yet. That's where it's very important to get reports, get records to assess the movement of a project, because finally at that place in the project, you have enough statistics, you have enough evidence, you have enough experience. And that's a whole different way of being in the project. And that's where you begin to present final reports, final actions. Then you move to the fifth phase of the project, which means we're no longer needed. This project is finishing. We're going to celebrate the results, and when we finish, we all say goodbye. That's something that does not happen in an organization. It happens only in projects. If a company says goodbye, it means it goes bankrupt. If a project says goodbye, it means we're finishing our project. a successful completion. And there, the way of being of a project manager, the communication of a project manager, is to really recognize all the people in the project, how great they've been in the project, how much they've contributed. And the project manager never says, I did it. A project manager says, we did it. And that's kind of a different space at the end of the project.
What is by now your goals, your specific goals on your work? Because we are closing this interview, so we are very interested on knowing what is your point by now. Where are you, and what are your specific goals on all your work?
Uh, the Institute for the Practice of Ontology right now is what I'm focusing on, and it's promoting ontological coaching and the practice of ontology. Uh, where I'm at with that so far is that I have people in different countries, uh, United States, Italy, Colombia, Chile, Peru, and now beginning in Mexico, um, people who are taking over all the programs that I've been doing in the past. My goal is to empower others to do high quality work that's truly ontological. Um, and my goal is that I can retire, that I become, in one way, unnecessary, obsolete, in a good way, because I've empowered others to do what I do, and they do it with their own being, their own spirit. They do it even better than I do because they do it in their country, and they do it with their being. So, and that's right now the purpose for me in the Institute of the Practice of Ontology, is that other people provide high quality specialization programs in project management, succession management, relationship coaching, parent coaching, life coaching, and many other areas of coaching uh, where they are doing it effectively. Sometimes people say, I have to do it, I'm the best, nobody else can do it. If you get stuck in that, you're not empowering anybody else. And also, it's a lie. People have a beauty and a power and a wonder in them where they can become very effective. So my job is supporting people in doing that. And that's the purpose for me of the Institute for the Practice of Ontology, and the purpose for me in terms of my own life at this moment.
Okay.
That's my professional life, because my purpose in life is to have my wife be fully happy and content and living well.